Hey, good morning. It's Brenda at KBW Bargains. Kevin's away on a work trip. I think he's down south, so he's getting some nice weather. We're up here in the Northwest. It's overcasty and rainy. So I did 2 videos already, trying to kind of go over what I do every day. And because I have a lot of my friends, well, what do you do all day long? Not being sarcastic or mean. They're interested in the reselling. They've never heard of it or seen it, and so they ask me lots of questions about it. And so I thought, I'll start documenting it, what I do every day, and hopefully I can learn from you. You can learn from me, get little tips. So the first video that I did was just to introduce myself and Kevin, and the second video was to I had to take him into Portland for this trip, and so right next to the airport in Portland is the Goodwill bins. I had to go, and I found some really nice stuff, not only to resell but for myself. Usually I don't find a whole lot for myself, but I found some great stuff. And and then I came home and I did a haul video where I showed you everything that I got, which is mostly outdoor wear and a lot of sandals and a lot of running shoes and that type of thing, which I don't really do shoes, but I got shoes because they were clean. I told Kevin, I don't like shoes because I don't like to clean them. I don't know a lot. There's so many different brands of shoes and styles of shoes. But I couldn't pass them up when they look new, when they have no wear on them. I got to get them. So I said, okay, yeah, let's do it. But I had to do it by myself. Usually Kevin and I go together, and it's great because we split up, and he'll get his amount, I'll get my amount, and we try to do it fast. We try to get in and out of there. But now I'll be there double time because it's just me. And I found really great stuff, and I was out of there really quickly. And then my other video, the last video, was showing what I do from start to finish, from the time I wake up to the time I'm done for the day. And usually my day's not over because I take a lot of breaks in between. But every day I do mostly the same stuff, try to keep it structured. But, going out to lunch, the grandkids want to go do something, we go for a hike, I go see my parents, you break for dinner. And I don't have kids, and this is great. I can do it all day long. I mean, and then I can break when I want to. I owned a restaurant right before this, and I worked long hours because of health, because of food issues. But this, I can work at my own pace. As long as I get it done from the morning until I go to sleep. If I get my list done, it doesn't matter to me whether it's done in 8 hours, done in 10 hours, done in 3 hours, as long as it gets done. And one of the things I wanted to go over was listing. Now, I list stuff from start to finish. I don't just take the pictures and then put it in the drafts later. I don't take pictures, put it into inventory, and then draft it and then put it into eBay. I see people do that, and of course it comes back to, I've seen their other videos where they say they've taken the pictures, they put a SKU number on there, they put it in the inventory, but they never listed it. And then they find items in their inventory that's not on eBay. I think that's one of my worst nightmares. I don't want to store this stuff. I want it documented and out of here. So when I list, I try to do it all at once. Maybe that's why it takes me longer. It takes me an hour to do 10 items because I make the draft. I put in all the categories, the specifics, whether I'm promoting or not, fill out that whole drafting. And then after I draft it, then I'm taking pictures of it. Then I put it in a bag. Then I weigh it. Then I put a SKU to it. Then I actually put it in the bin. From start to finish, I do it all. And so I know if it's in the bin, it's listed, it's up, it's on eBay, it's ready to go, ready to sell. And so I don't I don't know how everybody else does it, but that's how I do it. Maybe that's why it takes me so long. But I am trying to change up a little bit. So the way I try to speed it up or make it faster is it's just Kevin and I. All our kids are grown, and so we don't really have, except for, our dog that we have to take care of. In the evenings, after, the day's done and hopefully I've gotten my workout in, I will just relax in front of the TV. And I always say, wow, I'm just sitting here watching TV. But I do like my TV. I do like watching crime movies or crime shows. But that's when I'll come in here into the office, pick 10 things that I want to list for the next day. And while I'm sitting in the living room, watching my shows, I will make my drafts and put them in my drafts, get all these item specifics, make sure it's in the right category, make sure I've got it promoted at the right percentage, all that stuff you have to fill out. And then I will save it in the drafts. And when I get them all done, that makes it easy for the next morning. Then the morning comes, then I bring my 10 items into here, into my photo area, and I will take the pictures. I'll just pull up the draft, pick the item, put it out on my photo station, take the pictures that I need to take, and then I make sure, because, of course, I was watching TV and the crime shows, I will make sure, I'll just kind of scan through to make sure I've got in the right categories, make sure I've got the sizes all correct, just one more once through to make sure I've got it all ready. Then I'll assign it a SKU, and then I will put it in the bin, and there we go. And it does go a little bit faster if I draft them the night before, when I'm just sitting and watching TV. That works. That does speed it up a little bit. And the other thing I'm starting to do is, because Kevin and I are starting to travel more, his work takes him all over the United States and sometimes outside of the United States. And periodically I will travel with him, which is great because I get to source in different areas of the United States, because, in where I'm at, I can get all hiking gear. I mean, it's bread and butter here. But if I go other places, I get to see other brands and learn more about the styles and what they wear in their areas. And then I can do that. So I can make it kind of a work trip. But I'm finding and when I did travel before, I would just, because I've had experience with putting it on time away, and I had a problem with that, So if you put it on time away, things that you have on offers don't change the handling time. Does that make sense? You can't change the handling time. So I did that one time. I put it on time away. Someone said, oh, just put it on time away and eBay will do it all for you. They will, make the shipping time as you get closer, make the shipping time smaller. Great. Well, all the offers that I had out, some people bought some of that items and it was on 1-day shipping. That doesn't change. And so I got dinged for, quite a few items because I wasn't able to ship them. I was gone. So I went, okay, let's work that one out. So then I came back and I found that out. I found that was the problem. When you have offers out that you have sent, you need to end those items and sell similar, and then bulk edit all of your items. So they're all, and if you did that, if you actually bulked your items, to change the handling time, it would not change the handling times. And it would say you have an error on these items. And that is because you have offers out on those items. You can't change the handling time. So that's when I went, oh, that's what's happening. So the next few times that I had gone or left, I changed my handling time, but I had to end and sell similar the items that I had offers on or out on. And then I bulk edited for the handling time to be 5 or 3 days, 5 days, whatever the handling time I wanted, because I do 1-day handling time. So that worked out great. But my next issue was I would leave and change the handling time, but I didn't do any listing while I was gone. That killed my sales. I didn't get as many. So then I came back and I thought, oh, I'll take some items with me. This is a learning, please don't judge. So I took some items with me and I took pictures of them. And then also, when I was away and I sourced, then I tried to list them when I was there. Does that make sense? And it was a makeshift. The lighting wasn't all that great. I had to figure out the natural lighting because I can't carry these big old bulk lightings. So while I was out traveling, I would source the items when I was traveling, bring them back to the hotel room, try to figure out the lighting, tilt a table. Sometimes they have extra sheets up in the closet. I spread a sheet over a table just so I could list items while I was gone. So that worked out pretty good. But I only did like 1 or 2 items because I didn't source a whole lot because I actually have to bring the stuff back with me. I think back to these things and I think, boy, I've come a long ways and I can go a lot further, I'm sure, but this is all learning for me. So my next step was, on the last one we went to, we were going to be gone for longer. We were going to be gone for 10 days. And I thought, oh my God, I can't bring back that much stuff. And we were going somewhere where we're going to be in a resort. So I can't take a car because we usually do have a car, but I'm not going to go. We went to Puerto Rico and they do have thrift stores there, but it's a lot of driving. We're secluded and a ways away from any thrift stores. So so before we went, of course, I ended and sold similar all the items I had out on offers, and I bulk edited to change the handling time to 10-day handling time, and then I was ready to go. And before I went, I figured 10 days, 2 days off for the weekend. I tried to make it a little bit light. I figured I would do 3 items, 7 days. That's 21 items. So I took pictures of 21 items. Sometimes, there was 12 to 24 pictures per item to make sure I got everything because the item's not going to be right in front of me when I'm gone. And that was it. That was the light bulb. So every morning while Kevin went to work, I would lay in the hotel room and list 3 items a day. And I said, this is great. So I listed 3 items, I cross-posted them, did all my computer work, sell similar, the ones that were in, all that stuff that I do, that I would regularly do when I'm here. I can do it on the computer. So I, usually my goal is to list 10, sell 10, list 10, sell 10, in and out, keep that, going. So I figured if I list 3, I would sell 3, and 21 items. 7 days, 3 items, 21 items would sell. I got back, and by the time we got back, we had sold 43 items. I was beyond myself. I was like, this is nuts, because it's all about consistency of listing, and of course there was a weekend in there somewhere, but I was happy with those sales. I was extremely happy. I was gone. I didn't have any delayed shipping. Something comes across and it needed to be shipped and I wasn't there because I had it on. So I worked out all the kinks. So the next time we go, I'm going to do more than 3 items a day. If we are leaving, I hope to never be gone for 10 days. I'm good at 3 to 5 days. But even then that's, 10 items. I probably don't know if I could do 50 items. I should never say I can't. I would try to move it up to maybe 5 items a day. That's 25 items if I go for 5 days, weekends or not. 25 items in a 5-day period, 5 items a day, and see how that works. But that'd be the only time I would take pictures before listing them, knowing I'm going to put them in a draft while I'm gone and not here physically. But that was a light bulb for me. It took me a long time to get there. And I watched resellers and they said, yeah, eBay's got this great time away. Well, it is great, but they didn't tell you. And even if you do time away, it does say right there, you may need to change the handling time on some of your items. Well, that would be your offers. I don't know why they just don't tell you that, but it's your offers, because you can't, if you go in and try to change anything, edit anything on offers, it won't let you because you got an offer out on it. So it took me a long trip to get to where the light bulb's going off, and I'm finding with trial and error things that I can do to keep this going while I'm away from here. So I'm not stuck here, which is not a bad deal because I'm still working my own hours. I'll take that. But it's always a learning, just like anything. And so it was interesting to learn all that and to get where I'm at on listing. But I'd like to know how you guys list. Do you guys take pictures and then put it in inventory and then list it later? Do you guys fill out drafts first and then take pictures later? Because I'm finding my way, but a little slow. So I would like to hear from you guys. I watch a lot of videos, and they do a great job, but I'd like to learn more about the technical work side of it. I see lots of haul videos, a lot of what sold videos, but I need the technical aspects of it. I mean, how do you guys, what kind, and I've been watching people that do their photos where they do the flat lay and then they do the tilt and then they do the gray background. Sometimes they do the white background. What kind of, do you use a cardboard? That's kind of the videos I'm looking for, is the technical side of it, the aspects of each thing that you do, shipping. And I've watched, and they do great videos on them. Resizing boxes. Oh, I can't get enough of those. It's amazing how you can change a box size and have it fit. I love those videos. But the haul videos, and I know you guys like to see what we get from, the bins and where we get from the thrift stores. I mean, I don't get no bolos. Well, I shouldn't say that because I've gotten a few bolos where it's kind of like, oh my God. Let's see, the only bolo that I think that I was surprised on, we had garage sale this last summer, and actually it was 2 summers ago. And Kevin, he's more the antique guy. He did a lot of that before I met him, but he found pencils that were 1936, 1942, I don't know. But it was a gross, which is 12 packs of these pencils. I don't think they were sharpened, but they were in a box, and it was old. It was old, I'm telling you. And he bought that for, I think, $12. And of course, I'm like, are you crazy? I'm the bins. It's $2 an item for me. You're going to spend $12 on some old pencils? And so we brought them back, and we had them in our death pile for eons, it seems like. And then I decided to bring them over. I was going to research them. And they sat on our kitchen counter for 3 months, 4 months. And so I finally said, I'm going to get rid of these pencils. So I looked them up. I was a little amazed. I found them anywhere from, there wasn't that many of that year. And the ones that sold that looked just like them, just slightly different, same name, same box, same, oldness of them, they sold for I can't remember, it was like $300. So I put the pencils on there for $350. I thought, what the heck? I'll just put them on there for $350. I get offers, I'll take it. And sure enough, not even within 2 days, someone sent an offer for like $275. Yes, please. I was shocked. I will never doubt Kevin. Don't let you hear that. With some of his antiques or stuff that he like tries to get, and I'm like, ooh, I'm not an antique person. I'm more of the here and now. what's going on now, maybe the last 20 years, which is vintage. But yeah, stuff like that, that's what surprises me. And then we had that for 2 years sitting in a storage, and we had it sitting on our table, our kitchen table, for 3 months, and it sells within 2 days. And I just took a shot in the dark. That's what I love about reselling, because you just never know what people are going to pay for something, and what you think is not valuable. People are climbing over themselves trying to get to these items or find these items on eBay. And that's what's the nice thing about eBay. You can find just about anything on here. So, but that is my little rant. I'd like some feedback. What do you guys do for listing? What is your procedures? What do you do first? What do you do last? And let me know in the comments. I would love to hear it.